Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's live Zoom session. It's Monday, August 17th, and we're going to take a quick look at the market, especially BTC. We're going to leave the mics open. It'll be kind of like just an open mic type of a Zoom session. So if anybody wants to chime in, they can go ahead and do so. I want to cover Bitcoin. Let's start with Bitcoin in the hour. So actually, let's have higher time frames. It just makes it a little bit more easier to understand what's going on and how good everything looks. So on the 12-hour, remember this red area of resistance that we talked about not too long ago? I think it was last week. We finally broke that, and this was a really important area for Bitcoin to break. It was getting rejected quite a bit, and if we didn't break this soon, my feeling was that we're going to bark back down, and we're going to probably start hitting somewhere between the 100 and the 200 EMA. But we actually broke through that area, which is great. The MACD crossed bullish, which is also great. But remember the rules, guys. Whenever you hit an area of long resistance, you need to back test it. So the fact that we broke it, great. We're halfway there. We really need to come down and flip this. If we don't flip it, we have a good chance of coming down. So right now, we're not quite out of the woods. It looks great. The new candle just opened a little while ago. The new 12-hour candle just opened a little while ago, which is, which is a little bit higher than the previous candle close. So it's looking good there. The MACD, I really like the way that looks. Let me look at the RSI real quick, full tools. Okay, RSI is sitting right on that borderline of overbought, but I'm not too worried about that too much. Kind of wanted to see where the aspect was on that. We can get up into the 90s easily, just like we did back in this area here. But definitely do have room, especially in that MACD, to go for another run. Right now, if we look at the weekly time frame, look where we're at, guys. We're right here. We're right where we were in August, the week of August 5th, 2019. And we are a year later. Wow, almost to the week. We just missed it. We actually missed it by 1 week. We're 1 year and 1 week to the day. Look at that. We're right back there hitting that 12.3 level. So really, really interesting, the timing, how great it worked out. And I'm hoping that we continue this. The market does look a little different as far, yeah, I like that pattern. Exactly. That was a good example. I like the way the pattern structure, market structure is right now compared to there, because there we were actually coming off of a high. We're coming off of a high, putting in higher lows as we went down. Here, we broke out of a bullish flag pattern. And remember the harmonic pattern that we had talked about in a previous Zoom session. That's what this green bar is. The end of that harmonic pattern puts us right in about 15,000 bucks. And it's this area here, breaking the 14 to 15,000 area, is where we just sit back and let FOMO take in. I mean, we're already seeing articles on CNN. As a matter of fact, that article that I posted a few days ago on CNN, that was my wife. She sent it to me. She's like, wow, it's been a really long time since I've seen the media talk about Bitcoin. And that was from CNN. And it has been a really long time. So everything looks really good so far. I mean, this flag breakout couldn't be just any more textbook. And the end of that harmonic pattern, I think we have a good chance. Now, it doesn't mean that we're just gonna, continue with these green candles. We could, but we're gonna have one of these weeks where we're gonna have this right here. We're gonna have this red weak candle pull back, reload. Stop losses are gonna be triggered. People are gonna take profit. I mean, we saw that today with Link. I think it went up to like the high $16 mark. So that we're going to have those weeks coming up, whether it's this week or next week or the week after that, it's going to happen. So, you want to definitely stay cautious. But so far, everything looks really, really good. And especially today with that break of 12,000, and we're back at the 12.3. This week is going to be very interesting. Right now, the only thing I want for Bitcoin is just to come back down to this red line. come back down to 12.1, 12, yeah, about 12.1 and stay here. If she can stay here for 3 or 4 confirmations here on the 12-hour above this, we're going to be looking really, really good for the future, for the coming week, and hopefully next couple of weeks moving into this month, and see how the end of the month plays out. But so far, everything is looking really good. One thing I did notice is that earlier when we pushed, things were some of the alts were really dropping. The USDTs were dropping on quite a few coins, not all of them, but some of the major ones, they started to pull back. At that point, I think I was already on the road. I was about to leave, and so I didn't have reception, so I didn't pay attention to the market until you saw me update a bunch of different coins. That's when I got back.
Can you show dominance here?
Yeah, sure. You know what? Let me actually open up CoinMarketCap. I want to see what the 24-hour volume is. Remember I talked about being over $100 billion? That's what I look for. That's when we really start feeling the market. 116, wow. Dominance, 59%. So finally, I don't think, Darth, when was the last time we saw dominance in the 50s? That's been a long time.
It was at least last year. Pull up the chart, BTC.D.
Yeah. Yep. Let me pull it up on this one here.
I watch this a lot.
There we go.
Hmm.
There we go. Let me open up the daily real quick here. Wow. Yeah, it's just getting pushed and pushed on that 9. Wow, it's looking really good for us alt traders. Definitely looking really, really good. And Bitcoin holders as well, because if Bitcoin dominance is going down, that only happens if Bitcoin is going up. So, you know, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. But this is mainly for alt traders, because we know that when dominance is going down, that means that we are getting more of that market share than Bitcoin is, which is great if you're trading alts. But yeah, it's looking really, really good on that dominance for us. Yeah, look at that bear cross on that 9, just continues to go and go and go. Yeah, I like it. I love this for the alt market. Look how dead we were, guys. Look at this. This really just puts in a good perspective how the market was just not much going on. All of a sudden came April 2019, and we started seeing some really nice move. Then we kind of just died out a little bit, and then come January of this year. Look at this, really, really nice. Then we had the 3 months that were just hell, that were just boring as hell right in here, and back again for some more. Looks really good. Looks really good.
If you go back and look at February and March of BTC, and then look at dominance, you actually have BTC losing, coming down, and dominance coming down at the same time. That was back in February and March.
February, March. Let me get rid of these.
Remember, March was the black swan.
There we go. So we had March was right in dominance.
Yeah, come back a little. Yeah, right here. So you got end of February, beginning of March.
Yeah.
And dominance was, and BTC was coming down at the same time.
Yep. Right in this area here. Right in this area here. When we get that nice little 60% drop in one day. What do you? How do you feel about the market, Darth?
Well, I mentioned in chat earlier that I feel a lot better now that we're up over 12K.
Yeah.
Just like you, I saw all those rejections on 12K, and I was getting a little worried. So, you know, I just bought some Ethereum, and I'm mostly buying my stuff right now on the 12 or the 200 EMAs for the alts. Yes, sir. Although I shouldn't have to shill Ethereum.
Yeah. No, but there's some people once in a while that I hear comments from, techno, that wonder why the hell we're buying Neo. Well, because it goes up. That's all you need to know, dude. Because it goes up. I'm pretty sure it was techno last week. He's like, why do you want to buy Neo? What are you guys all into Neo?
Why wouldn't you buy Neo?
This is why, right here. This is why. That's why.
Why wouldn't you buy Neo? That's the only coin that I don't trade. I just buy.
I know. It's just it just always goes up. It's just, I don't know.
That's what we thought about Link too.
What was that?
Link fell like it looks like I bought it.
Accumulating Neo.
Yeah, Link is just Link is. I don't know. I hate saying it, but honestly, Link would be the only coin that I would say this about. Link is different than everything else. Link is honestly, it is the only coin that I would say this one's different. This one is absolutely different. I think this is better than Ethereum. I love this.
I've been saying I can't buy this since like $10, dude. I mean,
yeah. It's just you never. I mean, this thing just doesn't stop. And finally, you get a weekly red candle. I mean, just finally, and that's just today's candle. I think that's from yesterday and today. But it's just, and even then, look how quickly it recovers. Look how quickly it's putting in a flag. It's just, it's a beast. It is.
Do you see all that Link moving, by the way, BC?
What was that?
You see all that Link moving?
No. You mean on those
like
tracker things?
Yeah.
No, that's for fucking nerds. I don't look at that shit. You fucking nerds sit there all day just looking at shit move back and forth. Motherfucker, get a life, dude.
Stop razzing the ass.
No, but I know that does have a lot into play, because I remember when you started first tracking that was really interesting. When you would post things that would say, hey, such and such coin, they moved from here to here, watch how it's going to explode. And a few hours later, boom, she would take off. So I got really into that for a while, but I haven't followed it lately. I really haven't followed it much. But they are moving Link from where to where?
To exchanges, to Binance, to Hotbit, to all these damn exchanges. And they're not moving chump change. They're moving bags.
Do you think it's to take profit?
I think it's to push price up.
Oh, okay.
I think they're pushing price up. They're putting sell orders.
They're feeding the market.
Yeah.
They're just feeding it.
They're feeding the market. They're gonna. I think, man. I'm trying not to FOMO and buy a Link at freaking $20.
Yeah, I know.
So bad to see keep going, and I can't buy it. I just can't do it.
I know what you mean. I have it, but not a lot.
I barely have anything left.
I'm with Dart. It's hard to say, damn it, I bought at 17. Now I gotta wait 2 years for this bitch to go back up to 17. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's gonna happen. So I just get them and I just smile every time, like, oh, at least I didn't miss out with some of you guys. But for me, Qtum, BNB, Neo, and ISIX are just where the majority of my portfolio going. And I don't have a lot of XCZ, but I continue to play it. I just bought some right now at 41250. Just because I don't know, it started to put this little double bottom here that I like.
That $4 EMA right there looks pretty juicy.
See, it put this little double bottom here. I like it, but it's below my entry right now. It's below my entry, but I think this has a nice little potential. This is more for like just a quick. All I'm doing is day trading these things. So day trade, that's a good 6%. That's what I've been pretty much trying to concentrate. 5 to 7%. I can get that a minute out, and I'll continue to play it.
Check the MACD on that too. That's ready to go.
Yeah, Liz, look at that. It looks really good. Already printing a green oscillator. Look at this. I don't know if I'm just being optimistic, but this looks like a little W here. See that right there? This could be the beginning. Yeah. This is right there. I kind of like it. Maybe I'm just biased because I just bought it, but I'm hoping that's a W. And,
can you take a look at Adam?
Yeah. Let's take a look at that. I saw you post that earlier that you bought that.
I'm getting nervous, BC. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Let's see here. Nice flag. Look at that. You know what? Let me turn the EMAs on. Give me 1 second.
It's bouncing off that damn 9.
12-hour. You know what? I don't like this too much, but this pattern is beautiful. It's beautiful. Right here.
Yeah, so you're looking short term or long term?
Man, it's short term. This is a margin trade, and I'm in this heavy. I've never taken.
Why in a shit coin like this would you go in heavy?
Because I made so much money off of it already. That the previous 2 bounces off the 9s on the 12-hour.
Uh-huh.
I went in really heavy, and I made some great returns.
You
I'm
know
talking
what?
about
I would like to see this hit this line here. One of the things about the flag patterns, if you ever notice, right before they're about to take off,
56.
they dump. They dump. They have no, just no, just a little wick, and then
You
take
just
off.
made Yaz's butt pucker there.
Yeah, you did.
No, and the reason, because if you notice that, look at a lot of the flag breakouts. They happen just a little, like this. Look at this flag right here. This little push to the downside. You see this here? So usually when they do that, and if you look to the left, most of the time they're hitting some sort of support resistance right before, like a little test, right before it takes off. And I always look at those things. So I try to, if I want to get into this, maybe a little bit there, if I want to ride that with you. But the 12 looks good. Let me look at the daily.
Look at the hourly, bro.
Let me look at the hour.
I'm not staying
I've
with
been
that
in a
one.
pretty tight range.
Very tight range.
Yeah, that MACD looks sweet. Oh, it looks like it wants to pop. It does look good. It does look really good, Yaz. It does look really good. Give me 1 second. Let me see what ATOM does. What's the market cap on this shit? Cosmos. So that's Cosmos. Great, 1.2 billion, 185. That's fantastic. Fantastic. This is really good.
I'm telling you, I'm margin trading in BC. They don't margin trade like the coins with no liquidity.
Yeah, no, it looks good. This looks really, really good. I like the pattern. I wouldn't be nervous about it. Yeah.
I'm worried about that damn wick.
I would only be nervous about this if I was margin trading. That's it. But other than that, a regular trade, I think it's good. I gotta bust your balls, dude. I gotta bust. Why? What happens if you get the wick to 556? It'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I mean,
All right.
it won't really mess me up, but the problem is I don't want to be in there longer than I have to because I'm paying money to be in this trade to take that loan out.
So here's an example. I mean, you can see it all over the place. Whenever you map out a flag pattern, you start seeing.
Is this Binance?
No, on KuCoin.
Look,
So
Yaz, when you look at these, these flag patterns, if you ever notice, you always get the little dump. You see a little dump here? Boom. And then look at that beautiful green candle. If you look at almost any one of these candles, there's always a little dump right before. And I think it would make sense that these dumps are for people like yourselves that like to margin trade just to shake you guys out. But you always see those little wicks. And if you look at the 12-hour right now, there really is no wick. There really is no wick at the end of this before the takeoff. So that's why I'm thinking here. Let's hope that it doesn't do it. Let me see on the previous flag pattern before a breakout. Let's see if we can recognize it. Recognize one breakout. Let's see when this thing. Here it is right there. See this flag? Look at the little dump. Look at that wick. That wick. But not just this coin. I'm almost every coin that I see that I'm looking at a flag. I always wait for that. Let me turn off the magnet on this shit.
All right, I'm in profits anyways. I'm just gonna sell.
Yeah, see, don't do that. Can you put a stop just in case?
Yeah, but I would rather cash out my profits right now and then just put those bids in on that wick.
Yeah, but if it doesn't happen, then what are you potentially going to lose?
It's happened. I back tested this, BC. I just wanted to get a non-biased opinion because I was just nonstop looking. It happens every damn time on this stupid coin.
What? It dumps out a little bit?
Yeah, it dumps out hard, then it runs. Dumps out hard and runs.
Like this. Look at this wick. Dumps out hard and it just takes off. This one right here, look, dumped out hard, and then look at that. It just took off.
Yep.
You just see right here, it dumped out hard and just fucking took off. Yeah, I mean, it looks good in the sense that the pattern's there. MACD is not the greatest, but that's okay. That can definitely turn. I'm just worried about you on this. If this wick is going to mess you up, and if you're that heavy in it, you might want to loosen up some of that cash.
Yeah.
So that maybe take 75%, leave a quarter on the table just in case it doesn't. At least it's something.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah, what's Ethereum looking like? Anybody else want to
Damn.
look at any other coins that you guys?
I'll go. I'm
Okay.
waiting for it to hit 32 cents. Let's see if
Okay.
that happens.
Okay, let's take a look at it. He says it like, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna say, go to 32 cents. I'll go, you son of a bitch. Let's see. I want my boy to buy his house, so he's waiting to buy a house. So I gotta see what we can do here. You said algo, right? Right here, and you wanted to go to 70 cents?
No, 32. There's a gap in on the daily. I think 32 and 31.
Don't play gaps to the downside on a bull market, brother. It's very, very dangerous. They're almost never going to hit to the downside on a bull market. That's why you don't even see me post gap charts at all on an uptrend. What you want to look for is the gap up charts. So you want to go to the last, the latest history. When the coin first came out, look for the gap to the upside, and those are going to be your targets. Gaps to the downside will normally start to fill once this is over. Once this run is over and things start cooling down, that's when you start seeing that. But you have a coin that's in a pretty bullish mode, 57 cents, and you want it to drop almost half. I don't see that happening, man. I don't see that happening. 32 is way, way down here. No, wait a minute. All the way into the two. There's no reason why it's going to dump completely back down to where it started, being that the market is bullish. I personally don't see a reason for that to happen. There's a lot of support on this coin. If it were to come down, you've got the support of the 30. You've got the support of the market structure here, the support of the 50. You've got support again here, support resistance, like on this line here. You got the 100. There's a ton of support on the way down. So if you're waiting for 32, unless the market really, really dumps, or you get a wick, one of those crazy just liquidity wicks that somebody just dumped a shitload, the chances are not in your favor, to be honest with you. And let me see what this is looking like on the daily real quick here. It's almost to the 9 EMA. It's been holding the 9 really well. Let me look at the 1 hour real quick here. It's about to hit the 200 EMA. So look, she's done that before. When she does that, she consolidates and then takes off. And the last time she did it, it's to reset. She reset the MACD. Look where she's at on the MACD. Pretty much almost in the same level. She was real close to the same level as the last time she hit the 200 EMA. So I would watch this hourly for it to start turning. But she hasn't broken, since she started the run, she hasn't broken the 200. She's actually bounced off of it here in this section. She bounced off of it here, and then she's barely getting to the 200 here. So I don't see a reason why she would dump all the way
no. I'm watching
to 32 cents. I don't see it.
This.
Got a bid on algo at 5.5 for bounce on the 1 hour.
I'm sorry, but you have a really bad connection. What did you say your bid was? Can you type it in for me, please, on the chat box? Just because
5595 on the 1 hour.
5595.
Yeah, sorry, I was outside.
No problem.
5595. Is that better?
Let me see.
On the 1 hour, looks like it might be a little double bottom bounce there.
559. Okay, yeah, that's support resistance right there. Let me just chalk that out. Close enough. So you have all of this. You have all of this resistance. You have the support in there. Let me look at that line on a higher time frame. Give me 1 second. That's a good. That's a good. Yeah, I can see that bouncing off the 50. Support on the hour. Let me look at the 12. Okay, that could be 12. Let me look at the past here. Let me see if this lines up with anything important on a 12 hour. If you go to the left, that number you gave me, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Lines up beautiful with previous support. That's a good area. That's a good catch on that. I like this area, that 5595 area. Look how well it hits support here, and then look how well it hits support here. And we fast forward, and we are more than likely going to find some good support in this area based on this previous back in July, August of 2019. We should see us at least stop there. If anything, at least stop there. If it does go down, I would imagine it'll stop there for 1 or 2 candles. But that would be a good area to turn back around. That would give the 30 EMA chance to catch up. And then this flag's a flag, man. This thing looks, I don't see why it wouldn't. We've had some, let's see, we've had some flag breakouts and then just a little downward action. Came back to the 200 and nothing but some short flags, and then just explosion. What's moving this? You guys know, other than the market being bullish, is there anything about this that's moving? The reason, like any events or anything like that? Does anybody know? Hold on, let me look at this. Wow, almost half $1 billion bucks. $500 million with a $200 million. Oh, that's a lot of liquidity. That's really good. It's really, really good. Let me look at the chat real quick. What's up, GQ? Old school, my man. How are you? I'm thinking I am not jumping into link that. Yeah, us old timers, we know if we jump in, it ain't gonna be a lot. It ain't gonna be a lot of links. We've all been there. We've all seen those. Remember the nanos in the mothership and what was the other popular one? NPSX and all these other bullshit that were gonna be the latest and greatest. And then you see those things all take profit. They're gonna take profit sooner or later. Sooner or later. I just don't think it'll be that dramatic on Link, only because I do feel, I hate saying it, but I feel like that's going to be different. GQ says EOS. Yeah, EOS was a good call by Texas. Texas Crypto gave us the heads up on that, and sure enough, within like in 2-3 hours, that shit just took off. I was like, that's awesome, man. That was a great call. Let me look at EOS real quick. Man, when he called it, it was at 250 something. I remember, I think it was 259 when he called. It's already at 378. Here, and it looks good. It's just doing what it does. It's just closing up this little gap here in the 12-hour, which actually already hit here, bounced off, got close to it. Let me look at the MACD. Yeah, this is just creating a flag right now. It's just creating a flag. It's going to push a little bit, maybe a little bit further down, get this curve up here. But this still looks great. This still looks great. Yeah. Look how this thing's already crossed bear, and look at this. This is holding beautifully. This looks just like Bitcoin when it was trying to reload on those indicators. It looks really, really good. Hourly looks great. Hourly is reset. It is ready to go. Maybe a little push to the 100, just a little wick, kind of the way it did there. Then you see a V shape, and then she's off. EOS looks really good. Somebody mentioned LTC. Sorry, mentioned LTC. Oh, is Texas Crypto here? Let's see. Hey, Texas, how are you? I don't know if you can talk. He's probably putting his daughter to bed. Hey, Texas, this morning before we left, I had the TV on as I was packing, and there was, I don't watch TV. Everything I do is stream, but the house that we were in didn't have any streaming stuff. So there was a commercial, made me think about you. It was an old lady talking about buying silver because she wanted something real and tangible. I forgot the word she used, but she wanted something that she can leave her grandkids that they can actually touch. And it made me think of like, as soon as she said, I'm buying this silver for my grandkids because I want to leave them something that has a little bit more security. I was like, oh shit, that's Texas. He's probably dialing that 800 number right now. The greedy bastard. Let me see, what else do I got here? Let me look at the chat. Can we see gaps for link downside? Baby boy, I just mentioned, I don't know if you were here earlier, the gaps to the downside only really play out during a bear market, during a slow market, when this market's cooling down. It's not something you want to rely on when you're in a bull market. Every time we go into a bull market, people want to try to play those gaps and they wind up really missing out. You're going to want to pay attention to those as targets as it's coming down to reset. We're nowhere near a reset area at the moment, so I wouldn't worry about those too much right now.
Hey guys,
okay, so, yes,
there was a member just today posted to the general chat. Shout out to El Grand, I believe is how you pronounce it. He did a custom script that actually draws the lines for you to show you where the gaps are.
Oh wow, awesome. Can you pin that, Darth, on
Sure.
the general chat box, please? Thank you. I appreciate
That was just earlier today, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, El Gran. Yeah, he's been a member for a while. I remember that name. He's been with us for quite a while now. We got a lot of members that are not active, but they're always there. They're always listening. And I get DMs all the time. Hey, BC, I'm not an active member. I'm not really in the chat, but I'm always here listening, and, I appreciate this and I appreciate that. So people are always listening. But just because they're not on the chat box doesn't mean that they're not listening. And when they participate like that, El Gran, I really, really apprate it.
I guess I better start behaving then.
No, dude, you be you, baby boy. Okay, you're welcome, baby boy. Dr. Tal, possible pullback. Dr. Tal, are you referring to the market in general, or are you referring to something specific for the pullback? Thanks, Darth. Old school, sweet. Thanks for the heads up, Darth. Thanks, El Garan. Thank you, Darth. In general, no, Dr. Tal, we're waiting right now for Bitcoin at this level right now. We're waiting for her to come back and back test this area here. If she can back test it and hold it, I feel that the market's more likely going to continue up into this harmonic pattern that we mapped out a couple weeks ago, into this harmonic pattern, into the $14,000 to $15,000 range is what I'm hoping. So right now, we're basically just patiently waiting on Bitcoin this week for her to back test it, hold it a couple of times, 2, 3, 4 times, go sideways, and move forward. We don't want to see it fail on the first try, because more than likely, then we're going to see a pullback. I don't think it'll be too severe. We have a lot of good support on the way down because we had a nice, slow, organic growth to the upside. So I don't imagine this is going to be one big dead, one big red wick. Though it could happen, it's less likely to happen when we have this type of growth. So I'm hoping we'll know by mid to late of this week, we'll know where we're at with Bitcoin for if I feel more comfortable for a continuation or not. Let's see what else is in the chat box. Does anybody else have anything they want to ask me before I call it quits?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Texas, what's up, my man?
Not much, man. Just hearing you talk about silver with the old woman.
Have you seen the commercial?
No, I haven't seen the commercial, but I was just listening to you a moment ago.
Oh yeah. With Audrey sitting with their grandkids on each side saying, I want to leave my kids something they can actually feel and touch. It's like,
it's funny. I literally just got some more today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And now when you buy silver, you buy the physical stuff, right? Like,
yeah, I do.
Okay. Come in coins?
Yeah, I don't touch the paper stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Quick question. Can you take a look at ETC?
Yes. Oh man, I haven't paid attention for that in a while. I'm surprised too, because usually when Ethereum run, ETC is right there next to it. Let's see. Let's pull up. Oh wow, it is running. Oh,
so
okay. Wow.
Draw resistance line at 755. Somewhere around there.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay.
Kind of lengthen it up a little bit, make it taller.
Yeah. Let me get okay.
Right, look there. A little bit like an inverted head and shoulders in there for you. From May to June, and then June to August to now?
Not to me, only because it's got such the shoulder. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it seems very, very. How do you call it? Very. Stretched out. Like you have this more. I mean, this is a beautiful, perfect support. So typically, when I see the inverted head and shoulders, they're a little aligned. Like this shoulder would be dropped a little bit more, and this head will be sticking out a little bit more out. Is this what you're referring to as the head?
Yes, right there at the peak where you started.
Typically you want, typically this, you kind of want it, the head to be lower than the shoulder.
Well, not necessarily that part. So go to the left to the beginning of May. That's going to be your left shoulder from May to June.
From May to June. Right here. I don't know.
Just from the top. You see where your trend line is up there, that red line?
Yes, yes.
So from that top of that May to the top of June, that's your left shoulder.
The volume seems to check out too.
Oh, okay.
And then you dip down to the middle of June, and that's the bottom of your head. You go up to August, that's your beginning of your right shoulder. And then to now is the end of your right shoulder. I mean, I just see that trend line there, that resistance, and we touched it. I'm just hoping we break through it.
I mean, this is a daily chart, so that's really significant when you have this much resistance. Now, the only thing is, we don't want this to happen. So, Dr. Tao, this is a perfect example of what I was talking about right now about Bitcoin in that 12.1 area. I don't want this to happen. So she finally broke, and then she comes down on the back test and then fails it. Because look what happens. It just drops. Right now, ETC is on that kind of that same structure. We want it to close here above this line. If she can close, test it. I'm going to find some cash and get in on this. If she doesn't drop the way she did here, this is going to be it's really going to push ETC, because ETC, I think, has been kind of lagging behind compared to Ethereum. And in the past, guys, if you guys haven't been around very long, if you guys pull up a chart side by side, Ethereum Classic and Ethereum usually runs, even though the values are different, it usually runs really close. When Ethereum takes off, this is right next to it, and it hasn't. For it to be $7, I think this is a great catch on that. I would definitely love to see what happens here. I'm going to put a reminder remind me tomorrow at 9 a.m. to take a look at ETC. I'm going to take a look at this tomorrow, and I'll continue to look at that. But let us know, update us on that, Texas, also, if you see any change in this. But yeah, this is good. And I like the MACD on it. The MACD looks freaking primed. Prime. Let me look at the weekly chart. How does this look on the weekly? Let me reset this. Wow. Wow, this looks really good. See, once she breaks through that, guys, she's running. She's running to right here. She's gonna run right there. So that is the kind of trade that I like. I can't hold this shit for a free position, but I can sure as hell hold it for 26%. Damn, that's a great trade.
Yeah, I like it too. I like that. I like to play the back test as well.
Yeah, that gives me a little bit. I mean, this game is hard enough. So when you any confirmation that we can get is always appreciated. Yeah, see these little moves like that. These little moves are great. You take it to the resistance, you sell it, you let it cool off a little bit. If it back tests that again, you have another 19%. And I mean, these things just continue. Look at that. From there to there, you got about another 20%. So you got a lot of good areas to make some good money. This is gonna be about 15%. 14, okay, really good. I like this. I'm gonna follow this. What I gotta do now, you know what, let me do this. Let me put and she's breaking out right now. She's breaking out as we speak.
Yep.
Let me see.
I'm in it. That's the reason I
Oh,
asked
you're
about
in it?
it.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. So
I just got in right at that breakout, like at 765, just like 5 cents ago. So
Okay. Good. 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 So I'm
it's worth a
gonna.
shot for me.
Yeah. No. Definitely. I'm gonna do an alert at 58 to let you know. Crossing down. Okay. All right, cool, cool. Thank you, Texas. Appreciate it. Does anybody else have anything? This is supposed to be a, a quick 5 minutes. It's not going to 45 minutes.
You always say that and it never works,
I
dude.
know, dude. I get into it. You know what I mean? I get into it. And actually, better get, I was really a little stressed out earlier, so this is actually relaxing. Dr. Tao says BCH. BCH. Ta-ta. BCH. Man, 323. Nice. BCH. Okay, so this is on the hourly. Okay. Oh. Okay, she's looking better on these. Looking better on this here. I'm looking for a break of this here. Dr. Tal, a break of this here and a back test, I think would be really good. I mean, you could make a case for a W on here, and if it does, maybe a little flag and a breakout. I don't really. Actually, if you take this wick into account and you look at this here, I just don't normally, you don't see the inner part of the W so high. This to me looks more like an Adam and Eve, where the middle of the W kind of lines up with the right and left of the W, which is this is also a very bullish pattern. So if you see a break of this, Dr. Tal, a back test and 2-3 confirmation, that would be a good sign. If BTC has done its back test and it holds that 12-1, then I would feel more confident for you to take this trade, but not until BTC confirms, because even if this plays out into the back test, remember, these things will all collapse if BTC doesn't hold its back test and it drops. So it's kind of a really fine, delicate balance when you're looking into these alts. We have to always be conscientious of what Bitcoin's doing, even if we're not trading Bitcoin, because she can really mess the party up. Dr. Gata, it seems to follow. Yes, it does follow BTC. BCH, LTC, ETH, and LTC, they all follow Bitcoin really, really closely. Even when you look at their market structure, you put them side by side, they're almost identical. Looks like a lot of coins are pulling away from BTC these days. Yes, and that's what we want. We want to see them pulling away while BTC is trying to make up its mind. That's when the market's really bullish. The market shows a lot of strength. When BTC stops moving and the alts start going, it really shows that confidence in the market. People just get really nervous when BTC moves and they're holding alts. That's why sometimes you start seeing that dump happen. Now, the dump that I'm looking at is on the USDT pair. I don't look at the dumps on the I don't even open the BTC pairs, because those are going to happen automatically because of the conversion rate. I want to know the actual dollar value. I want to see that drop. When that drops, that makes it a little bit more real for me that people are dumping the actual value and not the conversion rate. So that's why I watch the USDT real closely on these coins. As soon as Bitcoin starts to move, you'll see me on my phone or on my laptop. I'll click through all my coins and see which ones are dumping with Bitcoin. Typically, coins like Link and BNB, for the most part, don't follow BTC as much as some other coins. They kind of have their own rhythm. And you guys will notice that. You'll find coins that you guys like and will have a different rhythm than BTC. Sometimes they play like almost opposite, or it doesn't even phase them. Like Link. Link doesn't get phased by BTC. Can do whatever it wants. If Link doesn't want to go down, Link's not going to go down. And that's why I say that's very, very different, unique coin because of its price action as well. BTC goes up and alts don't. Do you think we will continue to see this? I mean, the majors do go up, but the moment lately, the way I've seen it, when BTC goes up, they might not go up immediately, but they go up pretty quickly after that. So I don't know. I don't really see them not going up when BTC goes up. Maybe not at the exact same time like we've been accustomed to in the past, but they very, very quickly start moving up. So maybe
I think it depends on how strong the move is.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if
exactly.
it's a big dildo, then they'll dump out.
Yeah. That's true. But they seem to recover really quickly. They seem to recover real quickly, which is why I'm telling you guys not to play those gaps. Not in this market. Not yet. I'll definitely let you guys know when that is the time. Does anybody else have any coins that they're in that they're maybe want to take a look at for resistance or some profit taken? Anyone? Chad, Damalins, JQ, Jenny, any of you guys? Mike? No one? All right, guys. Everyone have a really good night. It was good hanging out with you guys. We'll take a look at the market tomorrow and see how things are looking. I'll do a morning brief and kind of see where we're at with Bitcoin, because right now everything is all eyes on Bitcoin, that she hopefully holds that red box for us that we have on the 1 hour, and then we'll go from there. Thank you, Crypto, Texas Crypto, Darth. Thanks for your input, guys. I appreciate it, for the heads up as well. And have a good night, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And stop recording.